It is okay to go through the other person's phone.
A really fun idea to film a agree or strongly disagree video with Jessie. I got this video idea from Jess and Gabriel and Matt and Abby, so some of the questions are inspired by the questions that they did. We're going to pull a question out of this bowl and then we're going to move our cup on the board, whether we strongly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree, and then basically just like explain why we feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Flirting is cheating.
I would say that I don't strongly agree because I feel like it's like the intention behind it. Like if you have the intention.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be flirting.
No, listen. Because Jessie has a very playful personality when it comes to other girls, but he's not necessarily flirting with them. It just comes across that way. But like he's been so loyal our whole relationship. I'm not scared of him cheating, or I don't take when he's like says a weird comment to a girl and he's just trying to be friendly.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily flirting. But if you intentionally go out and flirt with girls, yes, that's cheating.
Yeah.
We balance each other out. Yeah, we both have strengths and weaknesses that the other person doesn't have, and then we help each other.
I feel like we are really opposite the way of like feelings and not views, feelings and like how we do stuff and how we think. That way we're definitely different.
Yeah.
That's how we balance each other out.
Yeah.
And that's why people are like, oh, you guys are so different.
Mm-hmm.
But if, say, like doing fun things and going out and camping or doing whatever and doing fun stuff and like dating stuff, we're very similar of what we want and what fun we think is fun and what we'd like to do. It's just the more like you're very soft and sensitive and quiet, and I'm like opposite of that. And sometimes she gets really like, you know, quiet and like a little
more
bit
introverted, and he's more extroverted, but our like core morals, values and interests are the same.
Yeah, so it's pretty much only like personally her personal character, I don't know how to explain it, it's different. Personality is, that's what's different.
Yeah,
that's how we balance each other out.
But like to the core we are very similar.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's important.
Is it okay to be friends with the opposite gender? I will disagree because I personally believe girls and guys can't be friends. In the fact of
once they're in a relationship.
Yeah, if there was a single guy that she worked with and they always worked with each other and like really friendly and they messaged and stuff, something would grow out of that, either on his side or her side. Like, he might get feelings for her, she might be like, ooh, like, he's kind of nice, like, whatever. But friends-wise with couples, Sammy and Bernie went on a double date, and we had really good time, and, like, you were mutual friends as a couple, and, like, you were good friends with them. That's fine.
Yeah.
So I believe they can be friends on a scale of there's boundaries and
the boundaries. Yeah. So I said disagree because I feel like yes, you can have yes, you can have friends of the opposite gender and hang out with them in a group setting. When I'm there, yes, that's fine. But
like you can't go out and go on a lunch or a coffee.
No.
That's not.
Or let's say there's a couple that we're friends with, like Jessie just said. Obviously, I'm going to be friends with the guy and Jessie's going to be friends with the girl because we're all hanging out together.
But you can't go
But I would not agree with Jessie going
and
one-on-one time with someone.
Yeah.
And him being like,
it doesn't work.
Oh, she's just a friend. But what if you're... Okay. I don't want to say... Okay, I'm going to say... Okay. Explain that then.
Yeah. So the person we're thinking of is... Yes, we grew up together our whole lives. There was also always, like, one either likes the other. And in
So
this
you
case,
agree that like,
yes, no
Okay.
matter like I
Okay.
wouldn't.
because
Hang
even
out
with, with that situation, I would feel bad telling him not to go hang out with her just one-on-one, because they have been friends and family friends since
I was like,
he was like 2. So in a way they are more like family. So I feel bad saying, oh
But
no,
I mean,
you
I
can't hang
wouldn't
out
do
with them,
that because I know.
that there's
she-
history.
No, not on my part, but
Okay. It was love at first sight for us.
why do you have to ask this cringy question?
Basically, do you believe in love at first sight?
Why are you putting this on camera?
It's a juicy question.
I mean, I did agree because I feel like there's always a little bit of like doubt. So yes, you could be like love at first sight, but if you're not married yet, you could be like, I don't want to say strongly agree, because if you ever break up, which we're not,
Mm.
but yeah, I think it's true. But I think you can also have more than one, because if something was to happen, something was to happen,
Mm-hmm.
then obviously I'm not going to be single the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So obviously,
So you're saying you can have multiple loves?
yes, if you're in a position that we were to break up or something
Yeah.
bad was to happen,
Yeah.
then obviously Jesus wouldn't be like, you're single, it's gone, goodbye. But
Yeah. Well, I said agree because I feel like there was like obviously a level of attraction, but that love grows through getting
Yeah.
to know them.
There's definitely a percentage of love at first sight, like you love them, but obviously you don't love them as much as you could, because love never
Because
runs
you don't
out.
know them the first.
You love someone more and more every
Every
day,
day, yeah.
so you don't 100% I'm in love with them the first day, because if you love them 100% the 1st
Mhm.
day, then you won't love them anymore. It won't
Like-
keep growing.
I could 100% say that, like, let's just say, okay, I could 100% say that it was love at first sight when I saw Jesse, but 100% I love him more now than when I first
Exactly.
met you that first day.
Only one of us is a hard worker. Oh, I was thinking it was the opposite. I was going to leave my cup there. Thinking, no. There's different ways to work hard.
That's what I was
Right now you're working hard studying,
Yeah.
going to uni.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm working hard getting a job and getting into the police force.
Oh my god. Just move.
But, but yeah, there's different ways you can work hard.
Yeah.
It would be okay if you were friends with an ex. I wouldn't be with you if you were friends with your ex.
Okay, so I said strongly disagree. This is a bit hard to imagine because Jesse doesn't have an ex, so I'm his first girlfriend. But if he did have an ex, if I were to think about Jesse having an ex and him being friends with her and hanging out with her, strongly disagree. That is
Yeah.
a big no.
I mean, if you said you were friends with your ex, I'd probably just dip. Like, I wouldn't
There's no
be
need
here.
for it.
Yeah.
There's no
Unless,
need.
like,
Unless
unless
it
it's like
ended
you were
on-
13 in grade 8 and,
Well, yeah.
like, no, but, okay, for instance, I was best man at my mate's wedding, and Carmen, my sister, and him dated when they were 13 for like a month. But
That's awkward.
I
And
know.
she was at the wedding.
Yeah, well, because Josh's wife
Is really good friends.
is really good, best friends with Carmen, best
Yeah.
friends with me. So I mean, it's not awkward, and she doesn't really care. Obviously, they dated for a month and 13.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
So maybe on the situation. Depends on the situation.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's a proper, that's not really a boyfriend. You didn't really date. But I mean, if it's proper, just extra reason. X means cross. You cross them off the list. You did. It is okay to go through the other person's phone. Now,
I think yes, I should be allowed because I feel like he doesn't have anything to hide. But I didn't say strongly agree because I feel like you should still respect their privacy enough to not just.
You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to see them every day and be like, oh my goodness, I gotta go through his phone.
Yeah.
To make sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go on Bernie's phone to like watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Or go on her Instagram.
And like we have each other's passwords. We don't hide our phones. There are things that you don't know about me. Yeah.
Yes, because if I knew everything about her, what's the point of dating her?
You learn.
You learn everything every day. I'll be 90 years old. You're like, oh, this one time, my toe fell off and I glued it back on or something. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so weird when like me and Bernie sometimes think back when we dated for like 6 months and we're like, oh my goodness, we know each other so well. And you think then you're like, I never knew this person. Who are you?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like that in another 2 years.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like.
Because right now I feel like I know a lot about you, but that's exactly how we thought when we were like 2 months into dating.
Oh, cringe. You would change how we met.
Okay.
So we met. I messaged her because I came to Perth and I was new, and then I just seen her on like Instagram. Hey.
Slid into the DMs.
Yeah. I don't know what I said. Something. I said, oh, that looks a story or something.
I don't know. We've tried looking for the message again and we can't find it.
Yeah. Anyways, and then so I just messaged and then we were talking for a little bit and I was just saying how like I moved here, well I travelled here and that like it'd be cool to be shown around or go to a cool place. And then we just kept talking and then I said I'm staying at this place, it's got a nice pool and it's near a big shopping mall. Did you want to go to the shops or get lunch? And then after doing a background check, she said yes. Make sure I wasn't some old man.
I have to do some stalking.
So yes, I would have rather like bumped into her.
That's
like movie scenario, like whoa.
Oh, dropped something on the floor, hands
like bumped into her in the shops. I was shopping for clothes and she's like, oh, excuse me. And I'm just like, well, excuse me.
Yeah, so I said agree because we met online. Like he messaged me through DMs. So yes, I would have preferred to have met him in person for the first time and like have bumped into him, or even if we were introduced through a mutual friend, because we have no mutual friends. We've made mutual friends, if that makes sense. But he literally, when we met, he was only in Perth for 2 months. So fresh to Perth from Queensland. So
no, I think it was a month.
Yeah, it was like a month or two of him being in Perth. And so I wish that the first time I knew of him or talked to him, it was in person. So that's why I said agree. But I didn't say strongly agree because
obviously
you can't change that, and
it would have been cool to meet in person.
Yeah, and two, it's just how we met.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe we met that way for a reason.
Yeah.
So that is this week's video. Next week will be a weekly vlog again. We're getting back into filming and vlogging. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next week.
Bye.